Welcome to the last commission meeting of the fiscal year. We will be dark in July and back in August. During tonight's meeting, the commission will consider 2 annexations and handle some policy issues in what might be the shortest meeting of the year. God only knows. A couple of notes regarding how this meeting is held both in person by video conference. For our guests who are in the room, if you are a representative from an agency or here from the general public and wish to speak, please use the microphone at the podium and allow the chair to recognize you. Provide your name and any affiliation and speak into the microphone. We're recording these proceedings and want to make sure that you are heard clearly both in the room and online. For those attending by video conference, if you are here from an agency or the public, your microphone is muted until the chair recognizes you and the host unmutes your microphone. There will be an opportunity to speak on specific items on the agenda. Please use the raise hand function to be recognized. The hand raise button is different places depending on your version of the device you're participating. Mr. Rice, as host, is in charge of the Zoom portion of the meeting. If anyone is disruptive, Mr. Rice has authority to remove them from Zoom. If anyone needs to recuse himself, Mr. Rice can place them in a waiting room and bring them back again when the agenda item is completed. When a commissioner makes a motion, please state your last name and your motion. The chair will repeat the person's name and the motion. All votes will be roll call votes. Commissioners on Zoom, please make sure you are unmuted when you vote, as we are recording and need to hear your response. Thank you to everyone for working with us. Please start the video. I turn it back to the chair to start the meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Knox, for the special notice. At this time, I'll call roll call.
Recording in progress.
Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Ayon,
Present.
Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
Commissioner Couch,
Here.
Commissioner Perez, alternate for Endicott.
I think the alternate is online, is she not?
Yes.
She has to, in order to attend online, she has to have just cause for doing so, which she doesn't fit into that category here, or it has to be an emergency. Now, it's a little unfortunate because we didn't know that she was going to need to be here, but it just wouldn't, she can't attend online.
Okay.
Well, let's check with Commissioner Perez and see whether she does fit one of those 2.
Yeah, okay.
Should I move to item 4?
Maria,
Or just ask her?
is she there?
Commissioner Perez, she said she can't hear, but.
Everything's turned on here. Let me check in the back.
And for those that are watching online, just bear with us for a moment. We're working through some issues on video conferencing.
Can't you hear now?
Maria?
Yes, I'm right here.
The only way you can attend online is if you fit one of 2 categories. The one is an emergency, that you have a physical or family medical emergency. That's not why you're not here, right?
No.
Okay. The other would be if you're taking care of a child or caregiving or grandparent or parent caring, or you have a contagious illness. I'm sorry to have to go through all of this.
Well, her husband is
Sorry. I guess I wasn't, because I was sent a Zoom meeting, so I figured I could join on Zoom. But if it helps, well, my husband does have a disability.
Oh, do you have a disability?
My husband does.
Oh, and are you taking care of him?
Yes.
I think that would work.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thank you for the clarification. Resume roll
Commissioner
call.
Perez,
Yes?
Commissioner Flores,
Yes.
Commissioner Fowler,
Present.
Commissioner Gonzalez,
Here.
Commissioner McKibben,
Yes.
Commissioner Zaragoza.
Present.
Roll call complete.
Thank you. That brings us to item 2, invocation. If Commissioner Fowler, would you please lead us in the, no, your pledge, sorry. Keith, would you please do us the honors and lead us in invocation?
Our dear Heavenly Father, we come before you this evening asking for your guidance, your direction, your wisdom on all that is said and done today. Again, we just ask that you would give our commissioners the guidance and the foresight to make the right decision on behalf of the citizens of Kern County. So we turn this meeting over into your capable hands. This we do ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Keith.
Amen.
Remain standing, and at this time, we'll have Commissioner Fowler lead us in the pledge.
Stand, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. She has a bit of an echo.
No, she was saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
I know. Okay.
Thank you.
Sure you're-
Brings us to item 5, approval of the minutes. Any public comment or commissioner questions? Seeing none, call for a motion.
Motion Fowler.
Second, Ione.
Okay, please call the vote.
Commissioner Ayon,
Aye.
Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
Commissioner Couch, Commissioner Perez,
Aye.
Commissioner Flores,
Yes.
Commissioner Fowler,
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez, Commissioner McKibben,
Yes.
Commissioner Zaragoza.
Aye.
All ayes, motion pass.
Thank you. Brings us to item 6 now, public comments. This portion of the meeting is reserved for people desiring to address the commission on any matter not on the agenda and over which the commission has jurisdiction. Speakers are limited to 2 minutes. Please state your name and address for the record before making your presentation. Madam Clerk, is there anyone from the public interested in speaking? We have Mr. Woolridge. There you go. I didn't see you.
Is that better?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, Keith Woolridge, 6216 Manchester Lane, Bakersfield, California, 93309. I'm here on behalf of myself, your consultant for our strategic plan. Through the chair, Mr. Knox, just want to know we are making progress on our
We are.
interviews. We are making progress on our survey. Again, I just had a wonderful conversation again with many of you here, but today Mr. McKibben made my day. So thank you, sir. He absolutely made my day. We had a wonderful hour chit-chatting in his backyard. So we are making progress. Again, it's my goal to have all these interviews done and the surveys complete by June 29th, because I know you're going dark in July, so that's where I want to be able to compile the data and have kind of a rough drafts for you when you get back here in August. That's the end of my report, sir.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the update.
With that, we need to set a time for when we're going to have the group meeting with Mr. Woolridge. The question has come up of whether we should do that, at the time we would normally have our July meeting, or if there's a better time that people would be interested in meeting.
This is Commissioner Zaragoza. I was chatting briefly with Jeff Flores, chairperson, and I think I'm trying to be accommodate everybody's schedules. There's a lot of people involved, including a consultant who is a professor at BC. So, and our consultant that does have a teaching job that starts middle of August. I was thinking that I'm not sure what would work, but if it's not a special session in July, which, I'll be here. I'm not sure if everybody else. Maybe we could combine it with our August meeting and maybe meet like an hour early or 45 minutes early, depending on how much time will be needed for the interactive final review, draft review of the plan. Either way, I'm open to what the commission would like to do on that.
I'm open too, but I think it might be better in terms of scheduling, rather than to have to schedule one from scratch in July and corral all of us. You know, I'm going on vacation in mid-July myself. Maybe since we're all going to potentially be here in August for a meeting date, I kind of like the suggestion of, you have a captive audience, maybe we can meet earlier or stay later, whatever's needed.
Perfect. I would like to know if our consultant is able to accommodate us, and if so, how much time he would recommend if we allow for his discussion of the findings.
May I, Mr. Chair?
Yes.
Mr. Zaragoza, Commissioner Zaragoza, my goal is to have a rough draft for you all so that you can take a look at it and we can have a conversation at that meeting. If there's any suggestions, any changes, anything I missed or something you want me to add, I can do it then and then come back with the final draft for the commissioners, if not for September. We can do it that way.
We appreciate you. Thank you. Do we need a motion, or is it just information?
All right.
No, I have the direction to do this at the August meeting.
Okay, thank you. Any,
We'll figure out whether it's before or after.
okay. Yeah, sure. Commissioner Couch.
Could you just give us a rough idea of how long you think? I mean, if we're going to do this right, it's going to take some time. What does our August meeting look like anyway? Is it a calendar? Do you know yet?
I don't expect it to be huge, no.
Okay. So, a couple hours, max, or?
No more than that.
Okay, thank you.
Chair? I agree with maybe an hour and a half, depending, because August we're back to school. Well, at least I am, you know what I mean? But, and then the other request is that our consultant buy dinner for us. So. Yeah. Thank you, Chair. Small request.
Yeah, sure. Commissioner Fowler.
I just taken ethics training, and I think there'd be a problem with that.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Any other public comments before we move on? Okay, seeing none. That brings us to item 7, determination proceeding. This is a proposal to annex approximately 0.55 acres of land generally located on the northwest corner of South 8th Street and Cecil Brunner Drive. This annexation was initiated by the city at the request of the property owner for the purposes of a need for city services. This proposal has 100% landowner consent. As such, the application meets the criteria for waiving of hearing, notice, and protest hearing under California Government Code Section 5662 will be determined by the commission. CEQA, notice of exemption, resolution, executive officer report, Mr. Knox.
Commissioners, you might remember when the city and county were in disagreement about annexations when it came to RENA, the Regional Housing Needs Allocation. We are finally getting towards the end of the cleanup from that period. The city of Bakersfield would like to bring this in for the purpose of providing services. There's currently a CSA, number 43, that overlays this area for the purpose of providing streetlights and fire hydrants. A detachment from the CSA is warranted, as the city will now take over those services. I should point out that despite our repeated attempts to educate city staff regarding who provides fire service, the plan for providing service indicates that the city currently provides fire service to the area. The county is responsible for fire service in unincorporated parts of Metro Bakersfield. The county currently meets those responsibilities with an agreement with the city of Bakersfield to provide fire services to areas where a city fire station may provide better response times. There is no change in taxation. It is consistent with the general plan, regional transportation plan, and specific plan. There's no ag land conversion. It's consistent with commission policies, conforms to assessor parcels, and we have an indemnification agreement from the city. There's no functional overlap. Initially, the water usage will be the same. It is unclear if there is development into multifamily units, whether there will be more water usage, the same or less. CEQA is handled by a notice of exemption adopted by the applicant. Affected and overlapping agencies and districts were notified and no comments were provided. We have not received any opposition to the annexation. As such, it is eligible under Government Code Section 56663 to waive the protest hearing as there are no protests. The process required by the Cortese-Knox-Hertzberg Act has been followed, including notices to affected agencies and any notices and publications required by law. It is recommended that the Commission consider the environmental document. It is further recommended that the Commission approve annexation number 1844 to the City of Bakersfield, number 713, South H number 4, approved detachment from CSA 43 with the requirement of notice, hearing, and protest hearing be waived and subject to conditions recommended by the Executive Officer.
Thank you, Mr. Knox. Okay, at this time, we'll move to public comment. Any public comment on this one? Very no-nonsense annexation. Okay. Commissioner comments? None. Okay, call for motion?
Motion Fowler.
Second, Zaragoza.
Thank you. Madam, please call the vote.
Commissioner Ayon,
Aye.
Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
Commissioner Couch,
Yes.
Commissioner Perez,
Yes.
Commissioner Flores.
Yes.
Commissioner Fowler,
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez,
Yes.
Commissioner McKibben,
Yes.
Commissioner Zaragoza.
Aye.
All ayes, motion passed.
Thank you. That now brings us to item 8, notice of public hearings. This is a proposed annexation A, proposed annexation of approximately 106.84 acres consisting of 44 parcels of both developed and unimproved land into East Niles Community Service District. The annexation was initiated by the district for the purposes of consolidating several municipal water source systems into the district at the request of the State Water Board. The parcels are scattered between College Avenue to the north, Oswald to the west, and Wilson Road to the south, and Violin Road to the east. The proposal does not have 100% consent. The applicant has been informed that waiver of notice, hearing, and protest hearing pursuant to Government Code 56663 will not be granted. Mr. Knox.
Last month, we heard an annexation from Greenfield County Water, where the Water District did some cleanup of properties being served by the district, but outside the district boundaries. This month, East Nile CSD is doing a combination of a cleanup, much like Greenfield, and some additional properties in expectation that there will soon be bringing a larger annexation that will bring 5 mutual water companies into the district at the request of the State Water Board. The parcels are scattered throughout the sphere of influence of the district, including all from A to M on the map. There is no change in taxation. It's consistent with the general plan, regional transportation plan, or specific plan. There's no ag land conversion. It's consistent with commission policies and conforms to assessor parcels. We have an indemnification agreement, and the use of the property will continue to be as is, so no additional water usage is expected. CEQA is handled by notice of exemption, and affected and overlapping agencies and districts were notified and no comments were provided. We have not received any opposition to this annexation. As such, it is, but we do not have 100% landowner consent. The process required by the Cortese-Knox-Hertzberg has been followed, including notices to affected agencies and any notices and publications required by law. It is recommended that the Commission consider the environmental document. It is further recommended that the Commission approve annexation 1827, East Niles Community Services District number 43, with the requirement that notice, hearing, and protest will not be waived and subject to conditions recommended by the Executive Officer.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Knox. Okay, any public comment on the East Niles Community CSD annexation? Okay, seeing none, any commissioner comments or questions?
Yeah, through the chair.
Yeah, sure.
I know you've answered this question, but given that this proposal does not have 100% landowner consent, there has been no level of opposition recorded, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Bud was just reminding me, we typically do waivers of protest hearing under 5662, but under 5663, if there are no protests, even though we don't have 100% landowner consent, They can be waived. Protests can be waived.
And it is, okay, I understand. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Seeing no more comments or questions.
I do.
Oh, I think we have one. Commissioner Saragosa.
Yeah. Just a kind of a rookie question. It did, excuse me. I know I wrote this down somewhere. On the first of all, I think this is a very noble project. It needs to be done, definitely. They need the services. But kind of a administrative question. On the application for annexation, and regarding resolution, the question was, do all or 100% of the landowners consent to the reorganization? And that threw me off. But anyway, it's check yes. So is there, I'm missing something here? Because I know is it a reorganization? Is it an annexation? And why is it yes? Go ahead.
Okay, first of all, it's a annexation in this particular case because there's no other, there's no other districts or overlapping agencies that we're doing anything with, so we're not reorganizing. But the reason that is checked yes is because originally these areas are currently being served and they have already signed and are paying fees on a monthly basis for their services that they're getting from the district. So the district had checked that yes, but they did not have 100% letters from these parcels, these landowners. But it also says that if they are already serving and they're paying monthly fees, that if that is okay with the commission, you can accept that as 100%.
Thank you for the clarification. That makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Commissioner Ione. Oh, no, this item. Okay, sure. Okay, thank you. Okay, not seeing any. We'll call for a motion.
Motion, Ione.
Second, Couch.
Does your motion include waiver of protest hearing?
Yes.
Okay, Matt, would you please call the vote? Thank you. Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Ione,
Aye.
Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
Commissioner Couch,
Yes.
Commissioner Perez,
Aye.
Commissioner Flores,
Yes.
Commissioner Fowler,
No.
Commissioner Gonzalez.
Yes.
Commissioner McKibben,
Yes.
Commissioner Saragosa.
Aye.
1 no, 8 ayes. Motion passed.
Okay, thank you. Now this is under commission items. Commissioner Ione.
Thank you, Chair. As the mayor of the city of McFarland, I'd like to formally direct staff to review resolution number 2025-78, which was adopted by our McFarland City Council earlier this week. This resolution requests the initiation of proceedings to reorganize the McFarland Recreation and Parks District into a subsidiary district of the city. I want to note that the city staff has formally submitted both the adopted resolution and the required application materials to LAFCo staff to begin this process. Given the city's financial stability, administrative capacity, and the ability to improve both the program and facility delivery, and considering McFarland Parks and Rec's ongoing financial and operational constraints over several years now, I'm requesting LAFCO staff to initiate the feasibility study to evaluate the reorganization. If you could please bring back a report with findings with the recommendation to the August LAFCO meeting at the latest. If the feasibility study is completed sooner, if staff were able to bring a special meeting to consider this item to avoid any necessary delay, but I understand people are busy in July. This reorganization represents a critical opportunity to better serve our residents of McFarland, and I appreciate staff support in moving forward efficiently and transparently. And I'm here to answer any questions if any commissioners would ask any questions.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
You got to get it on the agenda first.
Okay.
The way you do that, if it comes to staff's attention after the agenda was posted, which this did,
Right.
then it's possible to get it on the agenda. The next criteria is It has to be something that that you need to take immediate action on. And two-thirds of you have to agree with that.
Okay.
So we need a motion to put it on the agenda and make a finding that it needs to be immediately handled today.
You want me to make the motion?
No,
Or the finding?
I don't know if you.
Emergency?
No, one of you have to make that
Okay.
motion.
Do you want it today or for next time?
For next time, for the August meeting.
Okay, he wants for the August meeting.
No, but to come back with the physical, I mean, we could bring it back and put it on the agenda so it could come back on the August meeting.
Oh, so you don't need it on, you're not gonna address it tonight?
No,
Oh, okay, I thought you were gonna put it on the agenda.
No.
I'm sorry, my mistake.
no, it's just to bring it back in August so we can have it.
Well, that's up to the chair and to
So you're
staff.
providing direction to staff to work on this?
That is correct.
Okay. Good?
Okay.
I heard him say more than that. To work on this is one thing. I heard him say he wanted it back on the agenda for us to take action at the August meeting. And that's one thing I heard him say. But number two is, and I'm not trying to get in the middle of this, but this is the McFarland Park and Rec District you're talking about, right?
That is correct.
Okay. And I don't know what the right word is, reorganize or dissolve or whatever. Anyone can request that? They don't have to request it?
Anyone with standing
And
can,
and so the-
and the city has standing,
So the city, the county,
county could do the same.
okay.
I think we're getting to the point where we need to put it on the agenda if we're gonna have this kind of discussion.
So what will be on the agenda? A discussion, or are you gonna have, or will there be an action item to?
His resolution would be on the agenda tonight, which is asking for, this is what I thought was gonna happen tonight. Which is asks for a feasibility study
Through the resolution.
to see if the recreation district should become a subsidiary district of the city. But you're raising some issues that are substantive, and I think if we want to discuss those, we need to put that on the agenda. It sounded to me like we were just going to put this on the agenda in August. But maybe you're right, maybe
I
he
mean,
wants it.
We can talk about these things during that agenda item, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I'm good.
So you know what you have to do.
I do. I can't guarantee that the feasibility study will be finished in August, because I can't guarantee what information the Rec and Park District will give me and how fast it will get to me. I'll do my best.
Even though it's requiring, I don't want to say an emergency, but just the financial difficulties and the financial, and at the end of the year, trying to get some of this stuff situated. Does it really, I mean, because I have the financials and stuff from 23, 24 are not even there, so it could be worse. So, anyways, that's fine. We could-
Does this requires a motion, right, to bring it in August?
No,
No, it doesn't. Just tell me this-
I have direction.
Okay. So I guess the quicker
Yes,
the information is, the more we can take action.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
For those of us who are kind of understanding what's going on, could you repeat what staff's gonna do? So that maybe it could be captured in the minutes?
The goal is to come back with a feasibility study that looks at the options available to the city and to the Rec and Park District for reorganization. That could be anything from the district being dissolved and the city taking over the assets, to the district being a subsidiary of the city. There could be a change in how you could leave the district in place, but actually change how the board of the district is elected or appointed. Currently, they're elected. We could do something where the city has 3 appointees, the county has 2, because there's land both in unincorporated and unincorporated areas. So, and the last option is to leave the district exactly where it is, with the board and everything. So
You've done a good
All
job.
those will be brought back.
You've done a good job summarizing. Now I have a better idea. The question is, in order to pursue this feasibility analysis study, do we need to do it in-house or do we have to contract out? Is there any cost that we have to be concerned about? That's all.
There is a cost that's on the fee schedule that the city will be paying us. I'll be writing the feasibility study.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, thank you. That brings us to item 10, general business. Item A, approval of monthly expense list. Is there any report?
No.
No, okay. This is a voting item. Any commissioner comments or questions? If not, I'll call for a motion.
Move approval.
Okay, motion.
Second Fowler.
Okay, motion Couch, second Fowler. Madam Clerk, would you please call the vote?
Commissioner Ayon,
Aye.
Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
Commissioner Couch,
Yes.
Commissioner Perez,
Yes.
Commissioner Flores,
Yes.
Commissioner Fowler,
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez.
Yes.
Commissioner McKibben,
Yes.
Commissioner Zaragoza.
Aye.
All ayes, motion passed.
Okay, thank you. Brings us to item B, Lamont Stormwater District, response to grand jury. Mr. Knox?
Okay. The grand jury investigated and wrote a report on the Lamont Stormwater District entitled A District Underwater. The report calls out several egregious issues with the district, but left several others out. Nonetheless, the bottom line is that over the 40 years, the district has not provided the service they were formed to provide. Currently, there is not enough board members of the Lamont Stormwater District to reach a quorum. Therefore, the district is functionally inactive. The grand jury asked for a response from LAFCo and the county of Kern by July 8th. Since we don't have a July meeting, this is when we have to do this. The county of Kern, to their credit, has actually taken responsibility for stormwater and constructed several projects to both divert and store water from the Caliente Creek. As the only agency that shows leadership, has the resources necessary to address storm runoff, and has shown a willingness to address the problem, it makes sense that the county be considered as a successor agency. The recommendation as outlined in the draft response to the grand jury is for the county of Kern to apply by resolution to LAFCo for the dissolution of the Lamont Stormwater District. And my recommendation is to approve the letter as written.
Okay, thank you. That brings us to,
Chairman?
Is vote,
well, this one that says informational. Is this a required vote?
This is a required vote,
Okay.
yes.
I'll make a motion in favor of the recommendation with, just so the board is aware, there are some options that we have in this, and one is for the county for it to be dissolved and the county takes over the responsibility. Or it could become what's called a dependent district, which would be a district that basically the Board of Supervisors would sit as the board. We have a couple items on our agenda already every once in a while where we do that. And I believe we're headed in the direction that Mr. Knox just described. I just want everyone to be aware that it's sort of been left with our legal staff and our public works staff to determine what they would like to do, and I believe they're leaning in that direction as well, but they could decide differently in the end. So I don't think our letter binds us to any action by the county. I just want the board to be aware of that.
Yeah, it's my recommendation. The county still has the authority to make their own.
Thank you. There's a motion in favor.
Okay, thank you. I'll second that. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Ayon,
aye.
Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
Commissioner Couch,
Yes.
Commissioner Perez,
Yes.
Commissioner Flores,
Yes.
Commissioner Fowler,
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez,
Yes.
Commissioner McKibben,
Yes.
Commissioner Zaragoza.
Aye.
All ayes, motion passed.
Okay, thank you. That brings us to item D, Executive Officer Report. Mr. Knox?
Miss C.
Oh, geez, okay, you're right.
Nice try.
Sorry. I need you. Okay, Inyo Kern, CSD, Indian Wells Valley Water District. Informational item, Mr. Knox.
Yeah, the State Water Board has issued a notice to the Inyo Kern Community Service District and the Indian Wells Valley Water District requesting a voluntary consolidation. This starts a 6-month clock to negotiate a management agreement between the two districts. Attached and included in your packet is the notice. I have been in communication with both districts since the last commission meeting. To start the process, I have made an informal recommendation to form a committee that would include representatives from both districts. To date, no time has yet been scheduled to start those discussions.
Okay, thank you.
This is informational.
Okay, thank you. Item D now.
Yes. I mentioned during my opening comments that this is the last meeting of the fiscal year. I authorize a transfer of funds from the county account to get through payroll and accounts payable for July, not just June. We can also pay our required CalPERS unfunded liability. That leaves about $146,000 left over from the budget. As agreed during the budget approval, half the remaining funds will go towards our unfunded liability, and the other half will be applied to next year's assessment. So you know where we are financially. For another financial item, we have been informed that beginning in January 2026, our medical insurance will increase by 13.83%. It has been a long time since we have looked at comparisons to see if SDRMA, our current provider, whether their rates are competitive. We plan to do some research and we'll let you know if there's an opportunity to reduce our rates or if we are still getting an adequate deal. After the break, Rebecca Moore will rejoin our staff in July. We are already putting together a list for her to work on, including looking into those health insurance rates. I recently went to a seminar on workplace violence plans and training. We have already created a plan for the main office. What I didn't know was that a plan needs to be created for each location where the commission works. This includes this space that we are meeting in. This will include a workplace violence training. I'm not sure, I haven't figured out how we're going to do that yet, so please stay tuned. I'm sure everything will turn out all right. And that is the end of my comments.
Thank you. And our new security folks are helping out on that front. So no closed session today, so that brings us to adjournment. We'll adjourn, and our next scheduled meeting will be Wednesday, August 20th. So thank you, everyone.